I remember a time when I felt completely lost. I was adrift, alone, and questioning everything about my life and who I was. That moment, that feeling of hitting rock bottom, was actually the start of my spiritual awakening. Have you ever felt something similar? A moment where everything you thought you knew just fell apart. So what exactly is spiritual awakening? It's not some magical event or a religious conversion. It's a slow, steady inner change. It's when you start to see your own thoughts, your feelings, and your life with a new, deeper level of awareness. It's not about becoming special or enlightened overnight. It's simply about waking up to the life you're already living. Before this awakening, many of us live on autopilot. We wake up, go to work, eat, worry, sleep, and then repeat the cycle. We react to life's ups and downs without really understanding why we feel the way we do. A spiritual awakening often begins when we start asking simple but profound questions. Questions like, why do I feel so empty even when my life looks good on the outside? Or, why do I keep making the same mistakes over and over? Or even just, is this all there is to life? Just stress, fear, and chasing the next thing? This questioning is the first whisper of a deeper consciousness stirring within you. Interestingly, this awakening process rarely starts during peaceful, meditative moments. It's often triggered by significant, sometimes painful life events. Things like losing a loved one, a difficult heartbreak, or a period where you feel completely stuck and lost. It can also be sparked by deep sadness or anxiety that just won't go away. These experiences can shatter our old beliefs and force us to look inward for answers, rather than outward for distractions. This doesn't mean pain is good, but it does mean that pain can be a powerful catalyst for awareness. When this awakening begins, you'll start to notice subtle shifts inside you. First, you'll develop a sense of self-observation. Instead of getting swept away by every thought, you start to notice them. You see feelings like fear, anger, or sadness rise and fall without completely identifying with them. It's like watching clouds pass in the sky. Next, you might experience a shift in your values. Things that once seemed incredibly important, like status, other people's approval, or getting caught up in drama, start to feel empty and unfulfilling. You begin to crave something more meaningful. Along with this comes a heightened emotional sensitivity. You feel your own emotions more clearly, and you also become more sensitive to the energy around you. Crowds, loud noises, negativity, or dishonesty might start to feel physically heavy or draining. And finally, you develop a deep desire for truth, not just comfort. You stop looking for quick fixes or superficial happiness. Instead, you want to understand yourself on a profound level, even if it means facing uncomfortable truths. This stage can feel incredibly disorienting and lonely. You might feel like you no longer fit in with your old life, and that's a completely normal and necessary part of the process. At the heart of this journey is your inner conscious. What is that? It's simply your ability to be aware of your thoughts, your emotions, your automatic reactions, and your life patterns. It's the part of you that can watch everything unfold without judgment. Most of us live from habit, reacting without thinking. Inner consciousness is the space you create when you pause before reacting. For example, instead of immediately lashing out in anger, you notice the feeling of anger rising within you. Instead of running from sadness with distractions, you allow yourself to feel it and learn from it. Awakening your inner conscious means living with intention and awareness, rather than being controlled by your moods and habits. So how do you actually awaken this inner conscious? It's not something you can force, it's a practice that grows slowly over time. Here are a few simple steps. First, spend some quiet time alone every day. No phone, no TV, no distractions. Just sit in silence, focus on your breath, and observe your thoughts without fighting them. Just watch. Second, be radically honest with yourself. Notice when you're telling yourself little lies, or when you're avoiding certain feelings because they're uncomfortable, Acknowledging these patterns is the first step to changing them. Third, feel instead of escape. We live in a world that encourages us to numb our emotions with entertainment, food, or endless scrolling. The practice of awakening asks you to do the opposite. Allow yourself to experience sadness, fear, or anger without judging yourself for it. Your emotions are messengers. Listen to what they're trying to tell you. Fourth, watch your reactions. When something triggers a strong emotional response in you, get curious. Ask yourself, why did that bother me so much? This kind of self-reflection is how you build true self-awareness. And finally, slow down. Awakening doesn't happen in a rush. Clarity and insight emerge from stillness and patience, not from striving and forcing. As you practice this, you'll start to connect with your inner voice. This voice isn't loud, dramatic, or scary. It's not the anxious voice of fear that shouts in your head. The inner voice is calm, quiet, and steady. It often shows up as a quiet sense of knowing, a gentle gut feeling, or a clear sense of what feels right or wrong without any fear attached. Fear is loud and urgent. Your inner voice is peaceful and clear. You'll hear this voice more clearly when your mind is quiet, when you're being honest with yourself, and when you stop looking for approval from others. Simple ways to strengthen this connection include journaling your thoughts, sitting in silence, or just asking yourself simple questions, and then quietly waiting for an answer to arise. The more you listen to and trust this inner voice, the stronger it will become. Now, it's important to know that the journey of spiritual awakening is not always peaceful or blissful. In fact, it can be very challenging. You may feel lost, confused, lonely, or like you're different from everyone around you. This is a common experience. It happens because your old beliefs and your old sense of self are breaking down to make way for something more authentic. This difficult phase is what teaches you resilience and self-trust. And let's be clear about what spiritual awakening is not. It is not about becoming perfect. It's not about escaping your problems or feeling happy all the time. And it's definitely not about feeling superior to others. Awakening is about clarity, not perfection. It's about authenticity, not performance. Ultimately, spiritual awakening is the journey of remembering who you are beneath all the noise of the world, beneath the conditioning, the fears, and the roles you play. It is about living with awareness, listening to your own inner truth, and embracing the present moment, just as it is. It's not a final destination you arrive at. It's a lifelong, ongoing process of understanding yourself more deeply. It is a slow, honest, and real return to yourself. If this resonates with you, subscribe to this channel to continue exploring and growing your inner voice. What have you learned from this explanation? What's one thing that stood out to you? Feel free to share in the comments. This is a space for all of us to learn and grow together. Thanks for watching.